What's up, children of the light? My name is Mike, and this is a Heroic Scarlet Monastery walkthrough. Just the simple stuff so you know what to do when you go into this dungeon. So we start off with Thalnos the Soulrender. Ooh, scary because you render souls and stuff. Nuh-uh. Basically, this fight's pretty simple. All you gotta do is he'll spawn these ads as you're seeing now, and you just AoE them down. Don't have to switch them, just use any AoE you got and kill them. Sometimes he'll do something that makes them empowered, and the empowered zombies do a little bit more damage, but nothing a tank can't handle. And that's what tanks should do, is just get aggro on them, and everyone just, if you have an AoE you can spare, go ahead. Like, for example, my Whirlwind, if it was up and I could use it and I had the rage for it, I'd use Whirlwind, and that would kind of help out. You don't have to switch them, just stay on the boss. Anytime is a good time to pop your cooldowns and Lust. He also does something where he spawns purple basically just purple stuff on the floor, and you'll see it in this video. Just don't stand in that, because it'll hurt you. It'll kill you, basically. And so that's bad. There, right to my left, to my character's left, it's a purple pool. So just don't stand in that. You're gonna live easy. He also does a couple other things, like he'll do something called Evict Soul, which he'll throw this debuff on someone. I believe it's 6 seconds, and twice it'll deal like 30,000 damage every 3 seconds. So twice it'll do that, so you get 60,000 damage in total. Plus it'll spawn duplicates of yourself. They won't have a lot of health, nor will they do a lot of damage. Just more adds to the fight. But that's Thalnos the Soulrender. Pretty easy. This is definitely an easy fight in the new Scarlet Monastery for Heroic. Oh yeah, check out that loot. I think I could. No, I couldn't use that. Alright, next boss. Next up, we have Brother Korloff, who sounds a lot like one of the guys from like Modern Warfare 2, the Call of Duty series. So if you have your sound on, check it out. It's hilarious. Basically, what he does is he'll leap as he does right now, and he'll do, I believe this is called Blazing. No, this Firestorm kick. Don't stand in that, because that does a lot of damage to anyone within 7 yards. And then you're good to go. He also does something called Blazing Fists, which in front of him, he'll just punch his fist really fast, and it does quite a bit of damage. I believe the tanks I usually run with just take it, so it's not that big of a deal for tanks, but if you're not a tank, I highly recommend not standing in front of him ever. And that's basically it for this fight. He also does, like 50%, he does something called Scorch Earth, which is, as a dungeon journal describes it, he burns brightly enough to leave a trail of fire as he moves. So that's pretty cool, right? So basically he'll just, there'll be fire when he moves, if you move him, and just make sure not to stand in that, because that kind of hurts and it'll do a lot of damage to you. And my screen is black right now, so I don't know what's going on, if the video's working, but if it is, that means you're watching this. If not, that's going to be really lame. But other than that, what's this other thing it says? Nope, that's it. That's all he does. So when he jumps away from you, and he jumps on a person, I believe, and he does his Firestorm kick, don't stand in that. I think it's like a 7-second cast for anyone within 7 yards. And then don't stand in front of him for Blazing Fists. And then at 50% until he's dead, he does Scorched Earth, where he walks around and he's all on fire and stuff. So don't stand in that. And then we'll go to the last boss. Hooray. So now we have the final boss, High Inquisitor Whitemane, but you fight this dude first. I forget his name, but the main boss is High Inquisitor Whitemane. By the way, you don't have to clear the entire room for this. You can just clear like the main hall to get to the boss, but you might have to deal with one of the Justicators, I believe, that kind of walks down, and I think we get him in this video, so it's not a big deal. But you don't have to clear the entire room, just so you know. But basically, you fight this dude, and what he does is just like some dashing strikes, and he'll basically just dash from one person to another, and there's that ad I was talking about. And he'll do some AoE damage, so just healers pay attention to everyone's health, and then you'll be fine. But for the most part, he goes down pretty easily. And basically, if you've done this fight on level 30, I believe, the original Scarlet Monastery, excuse-moi. If you've done it on the original Scarlet Monastery, it's essentially the same fight, just a little different. Just quite a little bit of fight tweaking. But once you kill him, High Inquisitor Whitemane comes out, and you can kill her, and unlike the original Scarlet Monastery, she doesn't stun you right away, so you can kill her. And one thing to really look out for is she does something called Mass Resurrection, and if she casts that, she will resurrect every ad you just killed in this cathedral, so make sure that doesn't happen. Make sure you're interrupting that. She also does Holy Smite, which is interruptible, so make sure to do that. But basically, once at a certain point, my screen is black again, so I'm gonna pause my commentary real quick. Alright, I believe I fixed the problem. Anyway, so as I was saying, as she's doing now, she resurrects the dude you're fighting at first, and you fight them both at the same time, and it's basically the dude what he's doing before combined with High Inquisitor Whitemane. It's a very simple fight. She's going to continue casting Holy Smite, She might have power word shield on her, just doing a little bit of damage, and that goes away. She doesn't cast Mass Resurrection often, but she will cast that, so make sure to interrupt that immediately. It's like I think it's like an 8-second cast, so you have a lot of time, but make sure you have an interrupt up for that. Holy Smite, you don't have to interrupt it, but it kind of helps. And then the dude, he just does like Flash of Steel and Dashing Strike, where he goes from person to person and hits them. So that's basically it. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you learned something from this walkthrough. There'll be a lot more walkthroughs of all the heroics and hopefully the raids to come. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see more and kind of get that automatic notification. If not, cool, that's fine. I don't care. Don't subscribe. Ask me if I care. I do care a lot, actually. I don't. Anyway, so make sure to check my description box for my live stream. I'm usually live streaming when I'm playing, and my Twitter account if you're into that kind of whole stupid thing. Follow me. Anyway, I love your faces. Have a great day. You're beautiful.